Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, open your phone, check your banking app, and suddenly your balance is locked. No warning, no explanation, just the words, access denied. You rush to the ATM, desperate to get cash, but every machine flashes the same message, out of service. You try to pay for coffee with your card. It's declined. Your landlord demands rent in cash. The gas station says, no cards, no transfers, only paper bills. And just like that, the money you thought you owned is gone. Not because you spent it, but because the system closed its doors. This nightmare has already been lived by millions of people around the world. In Argentina, bank accounts were frozen overnight. Families who had worked their whole lives couldn't touch their own money. In Cyprus, the government seized a portion of citizens' savings to pay off debts. In Lebanon, people were restricted to withdrawing just a few dollars a week while inflation destroyed what was left. Even in the United States, in 1933, banks literally locked their doors. People showed up to withdraw savings and found nothing. Why does this keep happening? Because most people don't realize how banks actually work. Banks don't sit on your money like a vault full of gold. They use something called fractional reserve banking. Here's a simple example. You deposit $100 in the bank. The bank keeps maybe $10 and lends out the other $90. That $90 gets deposited somewhere else, and 81 of it is lent out again. Suddenly, your $100 has multiplied into nearly $1,000 of money circulating in the system. But here's the catch. If everyone shows up at once and asks for their money back, it's impossible. The money simply isn't there. That's when withdrawals are frozen, accounts locked, and governments step in. So what you see in your app isn't real cash. It's just numbers on a screen, a promise the bank can break at any time. The question is, what can you do? How do you protect yourself when history shows the system is fragile? The answer is to build resilience, and here's how. First, diversify. Never keep all your wealth in one place. If your entire savings sit in a single bank, you're one government policy or one bank failure away from losing everything. Spread your risk across different accounts, currencies, and even countries if you can. Think of it like not putting all your eggs in one basket. Second, hold some cash. In a digital world, people forget the power of physical money. But when cards stop working, when ATMs are empty, paper bills become priceless. Even a small emergency stash of cash can mean the difference between buying food and going hungry during a crisis. Third, own real assets. Gold, silver, or land are forms of wealth no bank can simply erase with a keystroke. For thousands of years, gold has outlasted every empire, every currency, every crisis. Owning something tangible means you're not relying on someone else's promise. It's yours, in your hands, immune to digital shutdowns. And fourth, think long-term. Don't live at the edge of the system, trusting it to always work perfectly. Build a personal safety net. That might mean having savings outside the bank, learning new skills, or investing in assets that can survive the storms of history. The goal isn't just to survive one crisis, but to protect your life from the next 5 or 10. Because here's the truth, banks and governments will always put themselves first. And when they do, ordinary people are the ones left with nothing. So remember, money in a bank is not real wealth. Real wealth is what you can touch, what you can access, and what you can control, no matter what happens tomorrow. History proves that financial crises always return. The question is never if, it's when. And when that day comes, the prepared will stand strong, while everyone else waits in line, hoping for a miracle that never comes. If you want to stay prepared, protect your wealth, and never fall victim to the system's next failure, subscribe to this channel. Knowledge is your first defense. Because once you understand how the system really works, you stop being the victim and start becoming the survivor.